Hello and thanks for watching Gary Teaches Maths. I'm continuing to go through the Edexcel higher tier paper from 2019. This is paper 1 and we're on question 8. So we're being asked to estimate a value for this square root. So the way to do that is to round up the values that are underneath the square root here. So we could approximate 63.5 to 64 if we do it to one decimal place. So you can see that the 5 would actually put the 3 up by 1, and it would be 64 to two significant figures. If we take the 101.7, I'm simply going to do that to one significant figure, and that would make it 100. Okay, so significant figures means counting from the first number that isn't a 0. So we can see that the 1 here, the first place, is the first significant figure. And if I'm only doing it to one significant figure, I'm going to then keep it in the hundreds column by adding 2 zeros after it. So underneath the square root then, we've actually got 64 times 100. Which will give us 6,400. So as an estimate, we're now looking for the square root of 6,400. And we can do that. Obviously, we can't use our calculator for this. We're going to just say what number could we actually multiply by itself to give 6,400, and then that would be the square root of 6,400. And we can see that actually 80 times 80 would give us, 8 times 8 is 64, but add the 2 zeros that we've got, 6,400. So we can see that since 80 squared equals 6,400, then it follows that the square root of 6,400 is actually 80. So that would be our estimation for the first part of this question, 8a. Looking at the second part now, we're given the fact that 2.3 to the power 6 is equal to 148. So we've got to find the value of 0.23 all to the power 6. Again, to 3 significant figures. The best way of doing this is to actually say, well, 0.23 is actually equal to 0.1 times by 2.3. So really, this question, 0.23 to the power 6, can be written as 0.1 times by 2.3 all to the power 6. And we can, when we've got a bracket with a power on the outside, we can actually, if the thing in the bracket is multiplied, we can separate it. And we can say that that would equal 0.1 to the power 6 times by 2.3 to the power 6. But if we do 0.1 to the power 6, that is actually going to be 0.0000, another note, 1, so that's 1 millionth, and then times by the 2.3 to the power 6, well, we're given that originally, so times by 148. And so if we do that, to multiply by this 0.00001, we can write the 148 as we originally had, and then move the decimal point. So the decimal point is there. So what we can do is we can move it back 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So it would go there. We need to write another 0 in each one of those places. So we end up with the actual value being 0.0000148. And that's done. That's part B done. So now what we need to do is find the value for part C. Find the value of 5 to the minus or negative 2. So we have to know a few of the rules of indices. I've got some of these in another video I've done recently. But if we have negative indices, so imagine we've got x to the minus a, then the minus actually tells us to put it in the denominator. So we end up with that being x to the power a. So if we look at this, the effect of the negative then is to make this 1 over 5 squared. You can think of it as though you just cover up the minus sign and then put what you've got left, which would be 5 over 2, underneath a 1 in a fraction. And then all we need to do is simply work out what 5 squared is. Well, 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 1, makes it 1 over 25. And we've done it. That's it. So I hope that's been helpful to you. If it has, please like our video and subscribe to our channel, Gary Teaches Maths. And for more help, check out our website, which is bestmathstutors.co.uk. Thanks for watching.